Good morning, you're watching Pantau Belanjawan with me, Nina Rosman. And for this segment, we're going to be focusing on renewable energy and transition, energy unlocking Malaysia's full potentials on green economies. And since the introduction of National Energy Transition Roadmap, NETA, the attention has been focused on the renewable energy, or we call it RE market, including the RE installation projects that are worth billions of ringgits. For another, the development of the entire RE value chain is set to be the new engine growth for Malaysia's economy. And under the NETA, the government has set an ambitious target of 70% of RE capacity by 2050, which require at least 637 billion ringgit in investment to upgrade the grid, install RE capacity, and enhance energy storage, and among others. And to discuss further on unlocking Malaysia's green potential and looking at the journey of energy diversity, ready with me in the studio is Chuan Zhen, the Group CEO and co-founder plus Xnergy. I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Ko, for joining me. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, thanks for inviting.
All right, talking about energy transition, renewable energy, or RE, we talk about one of it. Main component right now is solar energy. It's currently the most prominent form of RE energy and set to grow in Malaysia. As evidence, we can see the multiple high number of projects and significant capacity of installation with the recently announced fifth round of the large-scale solar program, which is the LSS5, to offer a total electricity generation from, we can see, capacity of 2 gigawatt, which is equal to around 2,000 megawatt, the largest capacity under the LSS program so far. But Mr. Ko, it's also crucial to emphasize on the importance of diversifying other renewable energy sources like biomass, bioenergy, and even hydro, including geothermal and even the wind. So maybe we can start first. Can you tell us about the diversification of renewable energy sources in Malaysia right now? What are the reality?
All right. So right now in Malaysia, the reality in renewable energy, I would say, as what we all know, is mainly occupied by solar as a key pillars. I would say it's mainly because of a geographic advantage for Malaysia, and also solar technology in terms of the technology scalability is there, the financial, the investment feasibility is there, and also the track record is pretty good. So that's why we are able to see like solar energy is widely used across the whole country. Yeah. So in terms of other renewable energy, I would say then the next largest one will be hydropower plants. Yeah, so the hydro energy, the hydropower is also something that widely used. It's just probably not everyone able to access to like solar, like every place. True. Anywhere they can install solar for your home, for your factory, or from a piece of groundwater solar farm. Yeah, so hydropower plant is more specific to some certain environmental area. Yeah, and then we have to protect the environmental matter as well when we build hydropower plants. And if you look into like biomass, biogas, I would say biogas right now is widely used as well. So under SEDA governance, actually right now, besides solar, like biogas is also, there's a lot of adoptions. And I think in the past 10 years of historical numbers and financial investment track record, it's also pretty good. Yeah, it just, in terms of the size itself, they have their own focus. Yeah, so compared with solar that can up to like 100 or few hundred of gigawatt, they might not up to that level. Yeah, but the other one I would say is also upcoming like biomass. Yeah, biomass, which is also something that widely used. And Malaysia, we have a lot of those fixed stock there. So I think it's also back to some of fundamental economy numbers, terms, especially like operation cost, OPEX, for biomass power plant investment. Sometimes it's a little bit, I would say we need more governance and also to smooth out the whole, to lower the cost, to make it much more affordable and also much more able to control throughout the whole plant, this operation period. However, I would say if you look into whole Malaysia, right, definitely we need to have a mixed renewable energy, even though they have their own challenges, they have their own advantage. Yeah, for every one of them. But with a mixture of renewable energy, especially like biomass, biogas, which have a much higher capacity factor, which is up to like 70%, which means they can run their operation without like considering daytime or nighttime like solar. Yeah, we were able to stabilize a little bit more in terms of renewable energy resources on the supply on the grid side. Yeah, so I would say besides renewable energy, the diversification in terms of technology, we need to stabilize the grid as well. That's why recently we will mention some other technology like BESS, which is battery energy storage system, on the grid level to stabilize the grid security is also something very important. So this is what we will see in Malaysia under the NETA program, that what we are going to have more type of different renewable energy and also much more diversification in terms of technology in this country.
And it's amazing from you talking about the landscape of RE in Malaysia, starting from the geographical advantage of what Malaysia can serve, and also including the skills and even the technological advancements. And let's take a look at the financial implications and the opportunity investments within the renewable energy sector. How can the development of RE value chain can serve as a new engine growth for Malaysia's economy especially?
I would say for Malaysia, the whole economy definitely is mainly back to the manufacturing. Yeah, especially right now because of after pandemic and after the diversification of the whole supply chain globally from China to other countries. Malaysia, we are one of the winners as well. So the key is how can Malaysia attract more foreign investors here to invest in Malaysia? And the key right now, it will be on the ESG-ready ecosystem. Yeah, because right now, as what we know, globally, or a lot of different countries or corporate, they have pledged this net zero goal or carbon neutrality goal for the country itself and also for the company itself. So in order to make them to be RE100, renewable energy 100, which means their corporate is all 100% powered by renewable energy. And they also, like Apple, they just pledged they need to be like net zero by 2030, which means that zero the carbon emissions. So in order for them to achieve that goal, they need to look for a country who are really friendly in terms of a low carbon ecosystem. Yeah, in Malaysia right now, I would say we have two demand side and also supply side to make the whole economy stronger. So on this, I would say the demand side, which is the energy demand, which is definitely for all these foreign investors. They're looking for a country who are quite friendly in terms of ESG, in terms of having this ready talent and also the policy, even though for financial facility, to make sure when they move their investment in this country, they are able to immediately enjoy to lower down their carbon emission, and for them probably like this carbon tax incentive for them to lower down their CO2 emission. So Malaysia, I would say, in terms of the whole ecosystem, the talent, the financing side, especially from bank, is already. On the energy supply side, that is the key, is on the NETA program. So that's where the country, in terms of supply the whole energy as a backbone for the country, because that's a source which produces the most carbon emissions. So as long as, let's say, by the goal with 2050, we are able to generate the power with 70% of the whole country by renewable energy. Yeah, definitely this goal is very attractive to attract a lot of different foreign investors here to Malaysia, because they have a trust, they have this belief that this country is able to help them, for them to achieve their corporate goal as well. Yeah, that's why we were able to see like the global movement move into like more AI. When we need more AI, which means we need more energy, especially when you do the machine learning running, you
automation
need a
and
lot of
everything.
energy. So that's why when you need more energy, but all this energy have to come from clean energy. That's why the demand is spiked. It's a lot, especially right now in Malaysia. There's a lot of data centers coming in. So I would say that with this ecosystem readiness, we are able to attract more foreign investors, and definitely we are able to grow in this country, especially when we need to build more like solar power plants or solar project, or even the other renewable energy project. You will be more entrepreneur there. You will be able to create more job opportunity. And also the technology and the knowledge transfer. To be this country to be one of the top in terms of renewable energy knowledge in Southeast Asia.
And that is the prospect of renewable energy in Malaysia. We can see includes provide job opportunities, and even we can see the NETA is a domestics initiative by government. It's also a benchmark to attract more foreign investors to boost up the ecosystem. And talking about boosting up the whole ecosystem from the industry player, institutional in the R&D process, and we want to talk about this SEDA, like you mentioned previously, its role. If we go back to the SEDA historical and ongoing role in nurturing the renewable energy industry through mechanism like feed-in tariff, FIT, how can mechanism, programs, or even a model like this can be an example for us to even boost the green ecosystem?
I would say the feed-in tariff, FIT, this mechanism, if without the feed-in tariff, Malaysia, we won't have where we are today in terms of renewable energy portfolio. So it's a activator and also to accelerate the whole clean energy investment to make it sexy and also profitable to attract banker and investor in. Yeah, so that's how we all have all the solar. Yeah, it's because of feed-in tariff. And right now, I would say solar has reached grid parity, which means early why we need feed-in tariffs mainly because of the solar energy price is quite high. Yeah, and the energy TMB price, energy cost in Malaysia is quite low. So we have a gap there. So along the years right now is grid parity, which means each cost is about the same. Yeah, so that's why feed-in tariff for renewable energy like solar, yeah, basically is like have the different policy able to run it in a more sustainable way without much government subsidies. However, for other renewable energy, we still need feed-in tariff this support, yeah, because of the economy of scale. Yeah, probably there's some room to grow from there. And also, we need more people like SEDA, yeah, actually to encourage more people to invest in other renewable energies as well, instead of just solar itself. Yeah, so I would say SEDA, they run quite a good governing role and also a mechanism to really push and also cascade the whole Malaysia development in renewable energy step by stage, yeah, in a quite a solid way in the past 12 years.
All right, implementing the mechanism like FIT is one thing, but do you think the Malaysia's industry, in terms of readiness, are capable to following the policy on even regulations on this, or do we need more enhancement?
Yeah, I would say the policy in Malaysia is quite well governed. In the rest of other countries in South Asia, we consider quite steady structure. Yeah, just in the past, the speed is not the fastest, so we are like slow and steady. So this makes the whole industry, the whole ecosystem, or all the players able to catch up with some space, yeah, to grow. But right now, I think we are already reached the tipping point that able to fly. Yeah, we need to accelerate. Yeah, we need to fly from there. So I would say right now, with more policy, right now, I would say the discipline is really there. So what my point of view is Malaysia policy in terms of in order to accelerate the whole energy transition, right? Yeah, we need to. I think the government still need there, but some process we can make it lesser and also smoother. Yeah, so it will able to motivate more people to invest in renewable energy instead of a lot of lengthy processes that we need to go through, or let's say the different government party. Yeah, in terms of the communication that. If, let's say, someone able to sync it up, to able to smoothen out the whole process. So, for example, like solar, I would say the best way is, let's say, for home solar. If we can just install today, after we install, then we can just register without like getting the quota. Then I only install the solar. So it's another way around, like some other country, for example, like Australia. Then this will be very helpful and motivating, yeah, for people who like to go more for renewable energy.
Definitely, it's good to also learn the best approach that is being implemented, adopted by other countries. And we want to talk more about renewable energy within its full potential and how scalability it can grow within Malaysia. But Chuan, please stay with me. Pantau Belanjawan will be taking a short break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Pantau Belanjawan. We are going to continue with our discussion with our guest on set is Mr. Chuan Zhen, the Group CEO and co-founder plus Xnergy. I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Ko, for still staying with me. And there's a lot that you have shared from even the challenges operating within the renewable energy sector in Malaysia and what some of the approach by some countries that they implement and adopt within the RE projects and significant capacity infrastructure facilities. And we want to say, considering Malaysia context, we are number 2 in major producer of photovoltaic producers, which is behind China. What are some of the lessons that we can learn, their best approach in adoption and implementing the renewable energy within Malaysian context that we can learn?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, Malaysia, yeah, we are the second largest in terms of photovoltaic manufacturing.
Correct.
However, in the past, if compared with the largest manufacturer like China, definitely we are good in manufacturing, but in terms of implementation for the country itself, there are some room for improvement. So I would say right now it's pretty good. I would say if you look into NETAR and ATR, basically it is a policy and a roadmap that really consider with the successful policy and also the strategies which run from the global, the different country, like how they drive renewable energy. yeah, in their country. So that's why I would say that is quite a holistic and a strategic plan for Malaysia that really like consider the good practice in other country. So if you look into the NETR, beside renewable, and also it's also come with like green mobility like EV, and also like carbon capture. Yeah, carbon capture in terms of like any like CO2 emission, like especially on oil and gas side, how can they like really capture carbon and also store it? So all this, so if you look into that, it's pretty holistic. Yeah, it's pretty holistic. And I would say back to one key things in order for a country to move strongly, more stable in renewable energy transition, it will be back to this country grid energy security. And also the infrastructure, the upgrade of the whole infrastructures. Because when we have more renewable energy in a country, which means there's more renewable energy sources like solar or wind, it will be based on the season or based on the daytime and also nighttime. So if let's say the national grid right now is all from the constant supply, like for coal-fired power plant, it's something that predictable. Yeah. So how can this grid become smarter? How can this grid have more energy reserve, like what I mentioned, BESS, which is battery energy storage system there. Yeah, it's something that what we are focusing right now, in terms of industry player and also with this policymaker and also with like people like utility player like TNB. So which means what we foresee in the next move, right? Like when we have more renewable energy plan like solar, like LSS5, or like CGPP, or upcoming could be like this third-party access, which means all this solar actually also have to come with a battery storage system, in order to make the grid stability is there, and with that, right, basically, I think definitely the economy of scale and also the capex also will increase because the battery system right now today is like another solar system. Okay. Which means solar plus battery is like your solar system capex, you multiply with 2. Just a layman concept, it's almost like that. So how can government, some of the subsidies, able to subsidize on battery storage investment, like from MIDA or from this green investment tax allowance? So this is something important. So in that case, right, battery energy storage system definitely is one of the key technology for us to move on. It's just like solar in 12 years back in Malaysia. So that's why the merge between energy generation from solar and battery storage, this system in power plant level and also on the commercial industrial building level, or even though for residential level, is crucial because it will be able to be much more smarter for us to control between the energy grid, the need, and also how can I supply from solar side, stabilize with battery storage to make our energy export to the grid more constant. So this is the technology part, and this is the interesting part, which is very crucial and important, especially when our country energy right now from like probably about 10% of renewable energy up to 70%. So which means we can see the impact from this move to that move. If let's say the grid stability from battery storage system and the smart grid system is not really there. So I would say definitely this also keeps us excited because it's something like a national project that what we are going to transform the national grid together.
Correct. And as you mentioned, we can recap it in summary. It's important to see this because you mentioned that energy renewable, we still have roof for improvement. As for example, we have to see on the facility infrastructure, is it enough to equip us for the future of renewable energy? And talking about moving, like upgrading to the technological grid policy, it takes big move and effort and initiative, and all are welcome. But we want to see what are the potential risks that associated with Malaysia's plan to implement and adopt renewable energy, to shift to green energy, and how can this be managed effectively, not within the short term, but also long term?
I would say the biggest risk will be, as what we mentioned about for the energy grid security and also the stability. This is also the biggest concern from most people and also like from TNB as well, in order to have this transition smoothly. Because if we look into some other country, for example like Vietnam, they do have this like oversupply on the renewable energy side, which caused this curtailment. So actually this will impact. So which means whatever you generate on your power, maybe the grid only can capture like for 10 or 20%. So this will bring a negative impact for the investor. So I would say for this, definitely we need a room. Let's say for a few years plan. From what stage to what stage, by removing some of the subsidies on the energy side to reinvest that subsidies into the renewable energy side for the country to have more like solar and other renewable energy adoption. The next phase will be from the battery energy storage adoptions. Yeah. So at the same time, we need to educate the banker as well. Yeah, and also government policy to make this transition able to run it smoothly as well. And definitely then we need to work closely together with a lot of other like grid experts, yeah, to make sure all these movement, right, able to make the national grid stabilize. Yeah, so if this is the risk as well, at the same time it's also an opportunity. That's why when you mentioned about there's about 637 billion investment into not just renewable energy but also the grid stability, battery storage, yeah, and all this. And this is, I would say, yeah, something that we need to take note on that, but it's also an opportunity.
Transitioning to new energy or even green energy, for example, like coal, we know that it's getting pricier, something that along the way, people's going to be hard to, afford that. And then, okay, coal is expensive. Okay, we generate to green energy, and it's not as easy as it sounds because we need to balance a certain point of economic aspect. For example, like how can we ensure a balanced energy transition between environmental concerns and even the economic sustainability? Yeah,
correct. Because I think you pointed out rightly, because it can't just switch like that.
Yes.
There's a lot of business that we need to take care of, which there's an ecosystem right there, like from like coal-fired power plant, which is all running there and also pretty stable. Yeah, so definitely the whole transition, it needs more education. Yeah, education in terms of from company itself. So the company, they need to have their own plan. Yeah, I mean like ESG actually or SDG is something very good for them to have for years, for them to target like from 2030, what's milestone which I want to achieve, 2040 or 2050. So from there, the economic impact is also important for them because some of their energy mechanism, engine right now, is all depends on those traditional energy, and also they are a part of that value chain. So they need time to have all this a smooth transition as well. Yeah, that's why right now I would say right now it's a kind of the balancing stage. I would say have to run in an organic way, even though government they have a time frame for that. But we need more education. We need more carrot. Yeah, to stimulate, to get more people who would like to switch from what they are doing well in the past into something new, which is also attractive and sexy for them to invest. Yeah. At the same time, we need some cane as well, which is the consequences, because I would say eventually CO2 emission is a key common goal that everyone would like to reduce. And by impose of a carbon tax, it will be very helpful because right now, when we run our business, we always neglect one of our important costs, which is CO2. Yeah, CO2 is a cost in our business, but we always neglect that because we have no consequences.
True.
Yeah. So if let's say carbon tax is there, it will bring more conscious for business owner or any business leader.
Put certain policies to regulate the usage.
Correct. And this will also able to help to accelerate those transition in terms of economy side for the whole ecosystem, for more people in business there, slowly move into more clean energy driven or more ESG driven kind of the business approach. So yeah, the whole thing, it need all these kind of the carrot cane and also this market demand and opportunity to slowly transit. Yeah.
And talking about renewable energy is quite new, and keeping up with the skills, experts, and even not, it's quite difficult, or it's quite challenging for industries and even institutional. And how can Malaysia ensure a balance, or we can ensure the curriculum for renewable energy study remains relevant and up to date with the latest trends and even technological advancement, and what measures can be implemented to regularly update the syllabus to reflect the dynamic nature of renewable energy sectors within the industry?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question because right now there's no much good reference for us to refer as this is in a new industry, it's a new technology. So everyone globally, we are learning new things together. So there are two segments here. One is on the industrial player, how can we equip ourselves to be always knowing what is the cutting edge technology and the know-how.
And what's next?
Yeah, and also what's the next. And the other one is on probably the future talent. From university,
building the fundamental, the basics from there. Correct.
So there are two elements here. So the first one, as industrial player, for example, like us, I would say Malaysia, when we have more this international conference, more these exhibitions with more these commercialized readiness, technology approach, and also the exhibition, and also the implementation, technology implementation in this country is very important. Yeah, because that's where we all can learn from how these things, not just inside the lab, not just in the school, but it's something that is practical, able to solve problems, and also can create this economic impact. Yeah, economic impact is always very important, or else it's just like always R&D in the utopia, but that's not what we want. We want to have something solid. So all this industrial knowledge sharing from conference or exhibition, I would say something very important. And then we need more training. That's why right now we also like working closely with some of these polytechnic school, yeah, in order to train some working adult to be solar ready. Yeah, to have renewable energy ready. It could be from wireman, it could be from engineer. It's something very important. And we went back to the this academy side. Yeah, it's also very important. Yeah, because for example, like Plus Xnergy, we do have Plus Xnergy Academy that we have since running since the day one that we established a company. So we work closely with more than 10 over universities in the country that we provide free engineering workshop. And even though myself, I am also the industry advisory panel for some of the university. Yeah, it could give them advice in terms of a syllabus. How can they enhance the syllabus better to get the students more updated to today's technology and also the country movement, including like ESG, what is that, and how can you calculate financial modeling for your solar investment, or it could be solar technology, battery storage knowledge, and also the EV charging knowledge. Yeah, so this is something that we as an industry player, for me, is our responsibility to serve, yeah, for the country instead of beside building the infrastructure. At the same time, also to serve to transfer the knowledge to the next generation. Yeah, so this is how we are able to create the whole ecosystem in terms of knowledge and also the talents, yeah, in this country.
Right, we still have a lot to do, achieving from 10% to 70%. We still have a balance of 60%, and maybe a few years till we achieve net zero by 2050. And for, as you mentioned previously, if we can summarize according that, not only we need to focus on how to shifting to new energy, but we also we need to focus on how to shifting the knowledge of new energy between the new talent and between the current talent that we have within the industry. And I want to say thank you very much for this interesting and inspiring sharing on the renewable energy landscape, that you provide a comprehensive understanding on the current trends, challenges, and even the future direction that is necessary for achieving countries' energy and environmental goals. Again, I want to say thank you very much to our guest, Chuan Zhen, the Group CEO and co-founder, Plus Xnergy, and definitely all of our discussion here will be featured in AstroAwani.com and across all social media platforms. And that's it for Pantau Belanjawan. I'm Nina Rosman. See you next time.